Without further ado, Mr. Cliff Ryan.
First off, I want to thank the Saginaw Downtown Lions Club for having me for the second year. Last year we had the JV. It was a great experience. This is a great event, 90 plus years. Consider yourself, and I consider myself honored to be a part of it. When I was in school, it was for the JV. Fortunately, I didn't play JV, but I missed this banquet. All my friends got to go. I was jealous. It was such a good time. I got invited last year, so that was my first one. This is my second one. I'm happy to be before you guys. This is a great rivalry. This is the longest inter-city rivalry in the state. I don't know if you guys know that. I'm gonna say that again. This is the longest inter-city football rivalry in the state of Michigan. That is amazing. This rivalry has produced some great athletes, some of the greatest athletes that ever played high school football in the state of Michigan, in my opinion. Guys that went on to be NFL draft picks, win Super Bowls. So you are a part of history. So no matter what people may say, the naysayers, the doubters, the critics, you are still a part of history because these are two rich programs and you are a part of that, so give yourself a pat on the back for that. To the coaches, I want to say thank you. It's a very tough job to coach youth sports right now, high school sports. And I'm not going to lie to you, I couldn't do it. So I want to extend my gratitude to you guys for trying your best to put more, to re-energize these two-story programs. Now let's get down to the reason I'm here. They want me to give you guys some words of encouragement, some words of positivity, and I'm more than happy to do that. I'm only 18 years removed from you guys' situation. I'm only 35, even though I played with some of you guys' parents. I played with Lionel's dad. Mr. Pierce, your mom was a cheerleader when I played football and basketball, so I have some connections to a few of you guys, but I'm not that far removed from being in you guys' shoes, so don't think I'm some old, outdated man. I can relate to you guys a little bit. And I want to propose a couple questions to you guys. Can I move from the podium? Okay, I want to be comfortable. I want to make everybody comfortable. My question to you guys is, who are you? Who are you? Who are you right now? Where do you want to be? And what steps are you taking to get there? I'm going to repeat that. Who are you? Where you want to be? And what steps are you taking to get there? I'm going to say it a third time. Who are you today? This present moment. Who you want to be in the future? And what steps are you taking to get there? Because I hear a lot of talk where I want to do this, I want to do that. But you got to put a plan in place. You can't say what you want to do and don't have a course of action. You can have lofty goals, but you have to sit down and put it on paper, put it on a vision board, put it on a poster board, hang them in your room, hang them in your locker, hang them in your locker room. Goals give you direction. You can say what you want to do all day, but if you don't have a course of action, 9 times out of 10 it's not going to happen. And you're going to look down the road, like a lot of my friends do, 5, 10, 15 years been the past, 20, and it's going to be a case of woulda, shoulda, coulda. A bunch of wasted potential. I see a lot of potential in this room, but you got to maximize it. First off, you got to believe in yourself. You got to be your biggest fan, your biggest cheerleader, your biggest support system. If you don't believe, it don't matter who else believes. You got to believe. So that's one of the biggest things I had going for me. I didn't care who believed in me. I didn't care who didn't believe in my dream. I didn't care who was at my game. I wanted it. I had a desire to go out and get it. I had a high school record, 2-7, 5-4. I won 9 games. But you can ask Coach Arthur back there, you had the game plan for me every game. Every game. You know, you was gonna catch hell every time you lined up against me because it was important to me. It was a life or death situation for me. And sometimes that's what success is. Another question I want to propose to you, are you willing to pay the price to be successful? A lot of people talk success, but they ain't willing to pay the price of being successful. I miss family vacations. I can't tell you the last family vacation I went on as a kid, because I was going to different camps, staying back on campus, working out. That's how much the game meant to me. You know, I had friends, I remember in high school, I'm the only one of my group of friends who played football. The 2-3 hours I'm at football practice, they goofing off, they come pick me up at 6 o'clock because they know wasn't nothing coming between me and practice. That's how important it was to me. You know, and I came up during a very competitive time. I came up when we had 10, 15 guys from this city, from these two high schools go Division I. Guys that went on to be first round, second round picks in the NFL, win national awards at the college level. So when I came up, it was a dog eat dog world, survival of the fittest. And we all grew up together. Some of us was related. Our moms and dads went to high school together. But when we got on that field, on that track, on that basketball court, it was not no friends. I don't care if you was I fist fought my cousin in the Saginaw High Arthur Hill game. We didn't get throughout, luckily, but we came to blows. That's how serious it was to us, blood relatives. And sometimes that's what it takes. You got to be willing to. Success comes at a great price. You know, people ask me, what did it cost me to get to the next level? To get a scholarship to Michigan State. Like I say, I missed out on a lot. And I don't regret it, because I went on to Michigan State, earned a scholarship. I wasn't given a scholarship. I was earned a scholarship and worked off my scholarship. You're not given a scholarship, you earn a scholarship. You know, that's a full-time job for those of you guys who want to play college sports. They ain't giving you no scholarship. You earning that scholarship. And a lot of times you underpaid. So I'm just want to let you know that. Went on to be a 2-time captain to serve in a leadership role. That's something that I'm very proud of. I pride myself on being a leader. I pride myself on being a first-class guy. I pride myself on being a positive example to those who are around me. At my time at Michigan State, it wasn't a winning program. I went to one bowl game in 5 years. When my senior year concluded, I had people tell me, you will not get drafted. You will never play in the NFL. You weren't all Big Ten. You weren't all American. Why would an NFL team take a chance on you? Motivation, fuel to my fire. Some more people I got to prove wrong. The first day the NFL draft came, I wasn't picked, broke down in tears, one of the roughest days of my life. Using that motivation. The 4th round went through, wasn't picked, upset. Found out I was picked midway through the 5th round. I wasn't really happy about it. I was happy to be picked, but I put a chip right here and a chip right here because I had something to prove. I feel like I was one of the best players in that draft. I feel like I should have been the 1st round pick. So when I got to St. Louis, I worked my butt off. I ran a couple 1st round picks out of the D-line room. I became a starter. I became one of the leaders of the team on the defense. I had my teammates' respect. And then life hit me. I had a traumatic brain injury, a TBI, also known as a concussion. Ended my career. On the verge of getting a big contract. All up in smoke. I was devastated because when I was 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, nobody asked me, who was I? Where did I want to be? And what I was going to do to get there. It was just football, basketball, and then track. You know, it was always sports. I never cultivated a life for myself outside of sports. And that hurt me in the long run. So that leads me to another point. Always have a balance. Always have different interests. The same mindset and determination that you apply on the gridiron, on the hardwood, on the track, put that in the classroom, put that in your personal life, put that in your leisure activities and your hobbies, because time is undefeated. And when I say time is undefeated, your ability to play sports will end. It will go away, no matter how great you are. Ask Kobe Bryant, ask Michael Jordan, Jerry Rice, all the greats. Time will beat you. And the music gonna stop and you're gonna have to go forward. And I struggled with that for a long time. And now I got balance and I'm happy. And I'm happy to be here to speak to young men like you, to share my story, to give you guys some inspiration. Because I wish I had the opportunity to experience something like this. I'm a firm believer in treating people how I want to be treated. That's why I do things like this, you know, to share my experience so you can learn from my experiences. So you won't have to go through the trials and tribulations that I went through. Because life is tough. Growing up here in Saginaw is tough. But if you plan properly and you take the proper steps and include the proper people in your life and be disciplined and be diligent and be dedicated to your goals, you can be something. I'm not just saying that. This ain't lip service. This is real life. You know, I'm from a broken home. My mom was a single parent. She worked 3 jobs. I had a father who was killed. I had an older brother go to the penitentiary. You know, a lot of people don't really know my story because I'm not a complainer. I don't, you know, tell people my story to look for sympathy. I did what I had to do to get done because I wanted a better life for me and my family. You know, so I don't dwell on my circumstances from years ago. I overcame those. But you guys can do the same thing. Don't ever consider yourself a victim of circumstances. You know, keep fighting. Keep fighting. Those who keep fighting today, despite y'all records, they're gonna be successful 5, 10 years from now. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. Those who keep fighting in the classroom, in the weight room, on the playing field, in life, those are the young men that's in this room today that will be successful 5, 10, 15 years from now. Mark my words. Anybody can enjoy the wave of success, but you find out who a man is when the chips is down, when adversity is on the table, when you're back against the wall, when it's an empty stadium. Believe in yourself, fellas. You can get it done. You know, just take these words I'm giving y'all and apply it to y'all life, please. And I guarantee you will see a difference. And I guarantee you'll start feeling better about yourself, having more confidence. Things will get done, and your life will go on an uptick.
You got some tips to make me a better receiver?
I played defensive line. See, I didn't even talk about like I played defensive line. It's my bad. I played linebacker and fullback in high school at Arthur Hill. When I got to Michigan State, I started off as a linebacker, ended up getting moved to defensive line. Played defensive line in the pros. My advice to you is get on YouTube. It's tons of drills, clips. YouTube Jerry Rice, who has sure hands. T.O., who ran great routes. Antonio Brown, who runs great routes, has good hands and great explosion. You gotta, like, it's a lot. We live in the information age, so there's no excuse not to know anything. Because I'm the Google king. I'm gonna Google, YouTube, everything. If I don't know, I'm getting on the internet. I'm getting on my phone, I'm looking it up. So study great receivers. Just type in great receivers. And I guarantee you be tons of videos. I think that'll help you. That'll be a good start.
Your academics.
You're right.
What was your biggest struggle with academics while you were playing? How did you, your time management, how did you work that so that you accomplished both goals?
That is a great question. In high school, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I was not the best student. I didn't challenge myself academically. Like I say, I rested my cap on being a good athlete. When I got to college, it was a rude awakening. I was balancing 6 to 8 hours a day, doing something football related, going to 2, 3 classes, 2, 3 tutors. And my advice to you now is to build good study habits now. It starts right now. You're laying the foundation, so when you get to college, it'll be an easier transition. I won't say it'll be an easy transition, but it'll be an easier transition.
What kind of dedication do you have to have on a daily basis, Monday through Friday? As soon as that bell sounded after school, what did you do?
I'm just going to be brutally honest with you. It was really a matter of life or death. Like, I really didn't have anything outside of football or sports to rely on. So I just gave my all, and I played like it. Like I say, you can ask Coach Arthur. I played like a guy with nothing to lose. I worked out like a guy with nothing to lose, because I always figured I had to be ready when I ran against a guy like me. You know, because when I got on that field, man, I say it's the closest thing that you can get to war without actually going to war. It's man on man, mano y mano. Your will versus his will. Because everybody's skilled once you get to college and the pros. Everybody got skill. It's what you get, like what he said, what you got in here. Your dedication. You know, I played with a lot of guys where they didn't love the game. I actually loved the game. I appreciated the game. I loved what the game provided me. And that's when I lost it. That's why when I lost the game, I was so hurt, because I knew I was going to miss my teammates. I knew I was going to miss being on the bus. I knew I was going to miss being on the flights. I knew I was going to miss going and hanging out, getting pizza, getting McDonald's after practice, just being silly in the locker room, playing tape basketball, betting on rock, paper, scissors, like just being silly. I knew I was going to miss that. The game provides you with so many tangible things. It's an amazing experience. So you have to, when something gives you something of that magnitude, you have to work every day to keep it. You know, it's a kid in Florida right now, Ohio, Georgia, California, Texas, who the game means a lot to. They will come in here, outwork every last one of y'all. And I always was aware of that. I was not going to let a guy outwork me. And you weren't going to find too many guys who was tougher than me, because I was going to hit you in the mouth on the field, and I hit you in the mouth off the field. And that's just the mindset I had. And that's how I was able to go as far as I did. Despite not having team success, I was able to have individual success and able to obtain an occupation to take care of me and my family as being in the National Football League.
What helped you transform into a man outside of the court?
Man, I had some good coaches, man, who stayed on my case. Greg McMath, Dave Slaggert, Jim Jones, who's probably my all-time favorite. You know, me and Coach Jones, he the reason I stayed at the Hill, you know. Great guy, great teacher. Made sure I needed everything to be eligible at Michigan State. Took me across the country to camps. Then I had positive real male role models in my family. I had two good grandfathers. I had good cousins, good uncles, you know, and I had real good friends. You know, I had friends that did everything under the sun, but wouldn't allow me to do it. You know, they'd do different things, and I'd try to do it. They'd be like, "Nah, bruh, we got big goals for you. This ain't for you." So I had people who really cared about me.
What made you pick Michigan State?
Michigan State had a African-American head coach at the time, and that was a rarity. It's still a rarity in some conferences. His name was Bobby Williams. He actually played at Purdue, and it came down between Purdue and Michigan and Michigan State, and I just believed in what he was trying to build. You know, I'm really race pride. Race pride is a big thing for me. I'm not a racist, but I believe in supporting my people, and I feel every race should do that. And at the time, you know, we had a black head coach. Half our staff was black. We had a black AD. A lot of blacks in the support system, like for academics. So I wanted to be a part of that. That was a rarity at a predominantly white school to see that. And I wanted to support what he was trying to build. Just so happened, he got fired. You know, again, that's life in big time sports. The AD got fired. So people in the support staff left, and it was a lot of turnover. And that's the way the cookie crumbled. But I believed in what he was trying to build. And we had 4 or 5 guys from Saginaw High on the roster. I think if Coach Williams didn't get fired, we had a good chance to bring in Lamar Woodley and Jerome Jackson. So I believe that what was supposed to take place, but unforeseen circumstances and our inability to win took that from us.
What year you was in the league?
2006. The gentleman asked me what years I played in the pros from 2007 to 2010 with the St. Louis Rams. They've since relocated back to LA, and I was played for Michigan State from 2002 to 2006. And to you, Coach Arthur, I want to thank you for never allowing the Arthur Hill, Saginaw High, East Side, West Side pettiness get in the way of our relationship. You always been a friend to me and my family. Me and my little brother, you always supported us and always gave me positive words. You always noticed my hard work. And I remember you coming to them practices laughing and telling me I was going to be all right because you seen how much I was invested in the program, invested in myself and invested in my teammates. And that was 15, 20 years ago. And I still remember it and I still appreciate it because encouragement goes a long way. And you always was an encourager in my life. And I'll never forget that. And I appreciate you for that. That's it. All right. Thank you, fellas, for having me.